Everybody,
Morning.
I'd like to call to order the Saline County Commission Public Forum and Meeting of March 8th, 2016 to order. I'd ask everyone to stand and join me in a flag salute and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will the clerk call the roll?
Commissioner Shadwick.
Here.
Commissioner Guile.
Here.
Commissioner Price.
Here.
Commissioner Larson.
Here.
And Commissioner Smith.
Here.
Next, I'd like to move to the public forum where citizens may speak on county government, usually limited to 3 minutes. Is there anyone that would like to come forward at this time?
Norman Mantle, Salina, Kansas. There's a time and a place for everything, and everything has its place and time. According to the Constitution, we are supposed to have a separation of church and state. And there's been many times over the last 6 months or more that religion is being pushed, I feel, on a personal basis. Even Benjamin Franklin, when they formed the Constitution, said there shall not be a combination of church and state. It has to be separate. So I'm asking any religious issue being discussed by an elected official to be stopped. There are foundations that are taking care of this in the courts. It's a constitutional issue. So I'm asking to stop this separation of church and state. If you believe in the Constitution, as I have heard people say, then follow the rules just as well as anybody else.
Mr. Norman, if I can, since I've taught democracy in high school, just as a reminder, the term separation of church and state is not in the Constitution. It was first brought up in 1803 when Thomas Jefferson wrote to the Danbury Baptist that he felt that there should be a separation between the church and state. But anyway.
Well, that's...
But I'll take it under advisement, and thank you for coming forward.
Karen Shade, 111 Wisconsin. Upstairs, you began the budget process for 2017. And it's a solid process and yielded, I think, predictable results. I want to draw attention to that the sheriff office will likely be over budget in 2015 by $651,839. In 2014, that was $493,973. And I believe last year the cost of housing inmates off-site was $739,000, and in 2014 it was $535,920. Multiple comments were made upstairs that the sheriff faces little discomfort when costs of operating the patrol division and the jail are high, and concerns were raised about what will happen with a new sheriff, and I think that's very, very valid. I would just want to call to your attention, you spend a lot of times talking about things that you can't address, but there are plenty you can address. The cost per inmate of housing individuals in county averages between $50 to $55 a day. But outside of county, it's often less expensive. Why is that? There are surely some operating efficiencies to be had. And if the cost were to come down by $10 per inmate day, that starts becoming easily $500,000 or more. In January 2015, Rita Deister suggested that there might be ways to control overtime in the sheriff's department. In 2015, the patrol office division staff overtime amounted to $170,561 when $123,554 was budgeted, a 38% overage, and that was not increased for 2016. The jail division staff overtime amounted to $145,917 when $63,615 was budgeted, $129,000 overage. And there with the jail in 2016, $103,615 is budgeted for 2016, but it doesn't cover where costs were in 2015. The sheriff's office has not gone out to bid on its food service management company contract, and when you have a known meal cost, it's curious that their costs keep rising, and it's explained in how that agreement is structured. And I'm glad you spent a little time in 2015 considering it. The 2014 board didn't really consider it at all, but there's still plenty that can be done. This board has also had minimal exploration of using other insurance services to cover inmate health care costs. It was said that one fellow who had a heart attack, the cost to the county was $600,000.
3 minutes.
I'll let her go a little over because she's bringing out good.
I'll wrap up.
Thank you.
But there is the Affordable Care Act, Medicaid expansion. There are things other jails are doing to bring costs in line. This board spent on average less than 4.5 hours a week in conducting official business last year. And I think there's things this board can be doing. You've talked about auditing. There's multiple things you can do, and I hope you will do that in this upcoming budget cycle.
Thank you, Karen.
Hey, could I explain something about the jail? Real quick, just real short.
Very short.
Yeah. Karen, when we pay $30 to $35 for people to be in Concordia or Ottawa County, Concordia built a jail thinking that Cloud County could make money off. Wichita were sending all these. Hutchison was sending out people. Ended up Wichita built a jail. Hutchison built a jail. What was the place we visited, Jim? That housed so many from
Cottonwood Falls.
Cottonwood Falls has a 200 nice jail, but now Wichita's not sending them. They're hungry. It's still costing them $55, but they'd rather have a $30 prison there, paying a little of their money back than have nothing. So those counties are actually helping us $20, $25, probably $20 at least a prisoner by taking care of our prisoners, because otherwise they don't have any money coming in to pay for those jails. And the people that build them are very, I talked to a guy Friday that was very upset. He was a sheriff in Jewell County. They did not want to build the jails. They build it to make money. They're losing money. It was a mistake.
Well,
So
I'd
that's
love
why
to see those
that's
figures.
that's why we get it so reasonable.
We'll talk about this more. Thank you for bringing it up, Karen.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Ray Ruska, 235 North Santa Fe. Mr. Chairman, are you going to place announcements on the agenda? They haven't been on there since I don't remember ever seeing it.
They must have been oversized.
Announcements right here.
Oh, you know what, hold on.
Anyway, that's just a point I'd like to make. If you want to comment, that's fine, but if not, that's okay too.
Okay. Thank you, Ray.
A commissioner making a religious comment at the conclusion of board meetings raises constitutional issues and creates legal liability for Saline County. This practice is constitutionally unsound. Mr. Chairman, your previous ruling to allow Mr. Smith to make these comments as being the chairman does not give you the right to permit Commissioner Smith to go beyond what is legally permitted. And then the last comment is, I don't mind Mr. Smith making these comments. What I do mind is not allowing the public comment rebuttal. And I've already brought this issue up in the past. I think we should put this to bed so that we just don't have to deal with it any further. And you're the one that has the authority, even though I believe you were wrong when you made that decision, that you need to just look over your shoulder and say, okay, we're going to change this policy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else who would like to come forward at this time? Seeing none, I'll move to item number 1.
The approval of the agenda for this public forum today.
Mr. Chair, I move we approve the agenda as presented for the public forum today.
I second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 2.
Approval of county commission minutes for March 1, 2016.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the county commission minutes of March 1, 2016 as presented.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 3.
We have an employee retirement recognition for Miss Cheryl Sammons.
Read it.
Known to all of us as Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry was hired in 1992, and at the time I was HR director. And when she was hired, I thought to myself, this lady's going to be Sling County appraiser bound. And it took a little while, but she didn't prove me wrong, because she proceeded then from being a field appraiser. She went to commercial appraiser in 1995, and then 2 years ago, she was appointed over Sling County appraiser. Sherry has a natural ability to meet and greet folks. I don't think she's ever met a stranger, and it really has shown up in her ability. She has done a lot of work with the legislators and protecting the county on laws that could affect not only the appraiser position, but also the county as a whole. She's just really great with meeting people. And these past 2 years, she's used her creative talents to motivate the staff through special events, or I could call them shenanigans. She did the little elf caper in her office during Christmas time. She's done Christmas tree ornaments and other special events and interest things to keep her staff motivated. Sherry, you've served the county well in your 23 years, and I hope you don't become a stranger and you come back and see us. And as the county would like to present you.
Whoops.
I always said this clock reminded me of a tombstone. Oh, no! It is heavy. Thank you, and that's a token of the appreciation for your years of service, and then a certificate.
Thank you.
So, and you're going to be missed. Behave yourself.
I guess that deserves remarks.
Yes.
I am deeply touched by that show of support and caring and the kind words. And I'm not going to stop doing shenanigans. My years here have been so interesting. Coming to Saline County from little old Rooks County was an amazing step for me, and it was very difficult. I didn't know anybody in town. But I needed to make a living for myself and my 6-year-old son, Tyler. He's not 6 anymore. I remember when my fiance, Steve, and friends that are here today from Stockton drove off with that horse trailer. I was scared. I don't know anybody. But you know what? It wasn't just a few weeks, and I was driving down Broadway, and I thought, oh, I'm feeling at home here. And I've lived many places, and I have felt at home and loved every one of them. Goodland maybe less than some others. But in this office, in this position, I have learned so much, and I have enjoyed it, for the most part, very, very much. The very best things are the employees of the appraiser's office. They are committed, they are qualified, they are ethical, and they are hardworking. The most hardworking people you will ever meet. Now when your values go up, you can call me. You can call me and complain, and I won't feel sorry for you. I'll explain market value. And when they go down, I'll tell Sean to work harder. Truly, we strive for market value, and we've done a very good job with very good reports from PVD and our state appraisers. And we leave Saline County in very good hands. I thank you for allowing me to serve in this position.
Well, on behalf of all of us up here, thank you for everything you've done. And I think I've told you personally I'm jealous. So.
You can come play in the dirt at my place.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sherry.
Well, on a semi-related note, we'll move on to item number 4.
We have a resolution 16-2195. It's appointment of the county appraiser. And again, I have Rita Deister here.
I believe there's a resolution of some.
There is a resolution
I
6.
don't have a
If
copy
you
of
like it read, I can do that. If you would, Commissioner, if you'd want to pass that down to me, I don't have a copy of that. So it's in that blue folder there. All right, with no further ado, Resolution 16-2195 is a resolution appointing a Saline County appraiser, whereas KSA 19-430 directs the Board of County Commissioners to appoint county appraiser for the Saline County, who shall serve for a term of 4 years from July 1, 2013 until June 30, 2017, and until a successor is appointed. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners of Saline County, Kansas finds that Sean Robertson is an eligible Kansas appraiser listed pursuant to KSA 19-432 and currently certified or licensed pursuant to Article 41 of Chapter 58 of the Kansas Statutes Annotated and amendments thereto by the Director of Property Valuation, and is qualified to be appointed as the appraiser of Saline County, Kansas. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Saline County, Kansas, that Sean Robertson be, and he is, hereby appointed as Saline County appraiser to serve for the remainder of the current term of office commencing March 14, 2016, which will conclude June 30, 2017, and until a successor is appointed. Adopt this 8th day of March 2016 by the Board of County Commissioners, Saline County, Kansas. Now I have a report by Rita Deister.
Yes, it's a pleasure to announce this advancement for Sean Robertson from a deputy appraiser position to county appraiser. As you notice in the resolution, normally appraisers are appointed for a 4-year term, but he will fill the remaining term of Sherry's and then be up for reappointment at the expiration of that term. So.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Questions or comments? Is there any public comment? Sean's over there waiting. Is there anybody? He's looking around.
Anticipating the vote.
Yes, that's right. I'll bring it back to the commission for action.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I move that we appoint Shane Robinson as Robinson, county appraiser, Robertson, county appraiser, commencing March the 14th, 2016, as stated in Resolution 16-2195.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes 5-0. Good luck, Sean.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Item number 5.
We have a proclamation for March as the National Women in History Month. Have Thea Neitfeld from the Salina Human Relations Commission. I believe, Thea, are you prepared to read the proclamation?
Yes, I have Courtney Train with me.
Say her name again. I didn't.
Courtney Train.
Courtney Train.
Courtney. I'm sorry. Okay.
Can we wait
Courtney
just a
Yeah,
let's
hang
wait
on.
just a second here because I would like the public to be able to hear this on TV.
It's a happy day to be here.
Yes. Please.
I invited Courtney to be with me today. Courtney grew up in Salina, and she works for the Domestic Violence Association of Central Kansas, and she helps with the Salina Initiative for Restorative Justice. So I'm pleased to share this reading with her. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways,
and whereas American women have played and continue to play a critical economic, cultural, and social role in every sphere of the life of the nation by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside of the home.
And whereas American women have played a unique role throughout the history of the nation by providing the majority of the volunteer labor force of the nation.
And whereas American women were particularly important in the establishment of early charitable, philanthropic, and cultural institutions in our nation.
And whereas American women have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and other movements, especially the peace movement, which create a more fair and just society for all.
And whereas, despite these contributions, the role of American women in history has been consistently overlooked and undervalued in the literature, teaching, and study of American history.
And whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background served as leaders in the forefront of every major progressive social change movement.
And whereas, in honor of Women's History Month in Salina, the Salina Community Relations in Saline County, the Community Relations Department and Human Relations Commission will host a special event. The event will highlight women in Salina that have made a difference. Women will tell their stories and express the challenges that they face as they pave the way for future leaders of our community.
So therefore, Saline County proclaims the month of March 2016 as Women's History Month, and urges all citizens to participate in this celebration, and further resolves to enact the principles of equality and fairness, justice and freedom in our daily lives.
Very good. And activities planned?
So the big event from the Human Relations Commission is at the Art Center at 5:30 on March 31st. And the project is to celebrate the accomplishments of women in Salina. So the honorees will be Jenny Bevan from KWU.
Very good.
The Honorable Judge Mary Thrower. Verna Fitzsimmons, President of Kansas Polytech, the Reverend Dee Williamston, and Commissioner Lucy Larson. So we'll be pleased to hear from them about their projects as they serves the Salina community.
It'll be a great event. Thank you for coming today, and I have your signed proclamation.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And today is International Women's Day.
They planned it that way.
I think they planned that, yes.
Thank you.
Item number 6.
Did we need to vote?
Oh, yes, I apologize.
We can
Yes.
go ahead and do a motion on that.
Mr.
Yes,
Chair,
thank
I
you.
move that we recognize the month of March 2016 as National Women in History Month.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Thank you for reminding me on that. Item number 6.
Okay, now we go to the Gary and Neil show. Item 6, it's the bid award for crushed stone, sand, gravel, aggregate base material, and that is RFA 115-16 for bid award.
And my understanding is we'll probably go through these fairly quickly. Is that is,
Actually, I was going to, offer if you want to deal with them en masse or pick out individual ones of the 6 through 15 or go through individually. We can go through them pretty quickly.
I think
It's up to you.
we have to vote on every single one of those, but I would just to ask any of the commissioners if they have any questions on any of the items from 6 through 15, and I'd also if there's any public comment on any of these, I'd like to hear from it right now. Otherwise, I think we'll kind of go through this quickly. Okay. So first of all, questions of commissioners on any of this. I know we went through this last week.
Yes,
And
and we
so-
do this annually, and I will just generic
Yeah,
questions,
please, if you would.
comments. These are all items that we deal with every year. They're supplies for the road and bridge departments, aggregate, culvert pipes, that thing. We got multiple bidders on everything except galvanized bridge deck plate, and we did get one good bid on that.
Okay.
And everything is within the budget line item for each item, so there's not really anything terribly unusual about any of these. But again, if there's one in particular you want us to pull out and talk about, we're more than willing.
The aggregate,
Yes, sir.
how much did it raise per ton? Do you have any idea right offhand?
Yeah, it went from $10.20 per ton on the last year to $10.80 per ton.
Okay,
So it went 60 cents.
60-cent raise.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Further questions? Public comment? I'll bring it back to the commission for action on, we'll just start on item number 6.
Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract for crushed stone aggregate SS5 and aggregate base material AB3 at $10.80 a ton to Ham Incorporated.
Second.
So motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And there's a companion motion on the same item.
I move we award the contract for sand gravel aggregate SS7 to Johnson Sand at $9.51 a ton.
I second that.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 5-0. Move to item number 7. Bid award for aggregate and hot mixed hauling. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract for rock or AB3 material hauling for Ham Inc. to the county yard at $7 per ton, to various locations at $7.50 per ton, to James Keller Trucking.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Companion. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 companions to this same item. We'll just keep going.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the contract to rock AB3 material and hauling to Bayer Construction in Junction City to the county yard at $7 per ton, to James Keller Trucking.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the contract for rock or AB3 material hauling from Bayer Construction in Junction City to various locations at $7.94 per ton to Gary Johnson Trucking.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the contract rock hauling from APAC Kansas Inc. in Lincoln to county yard at $7 a ton, and to Eagle Knob for $6.75 a ton to James Keller Trucking.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Motion, please.
Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract for rock hauling from APAC Kansas Inc. to Lincoln to various locations at $7.94 a ton, to Gary Johnson Trucking.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Motion, please.
And Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract for hot mix hauling from APAC Kansas Inc. to Salina to various locations at $7.94 per ton, to Gary Johnson Trucking.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 8, bid awards for traffic paint.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the contract for yellow-white traffic paint to Vogel Paint and Wax Company Inc. in the amount of $58,025 as recommended by staff.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 9, bid award for reflective glass traffic beads.
Well, Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract reflective glass traffic beads to Potter Industrials LLC in the amount of $13,068 as recommended by staff.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 10, bid awards for road signs.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the contract for road signs to Vulcan Signs in the amount of $2,830.30 as recommended by staff.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 9, bid award for traffic signs. Number 11, bid award for traffic signs.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we award the contract for traffic signs to Customs Products Corp. in the amount of $5,532.58 as recommended by staff.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 12, bid award for galvanized steel bridge decking.
Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract of galvanized steel bridge decking to Wellborn Sales Inc. in the amount of $11,940 as recommended by staff.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item 13, bid award for treated timber bridge plank.
Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract for treated timber bridge plank SYP number 2 to Lufkin Creosoting Company in the amount of $23,878.40 as recommended by staff.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 14, bid award for aluminized corrugated steel pipe, pipe arch, and end sections.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we award the contract for corrugated steel pipe as listed in the J&J Drainage Production Product Company in the amount of $29,175 as recommended by staff.
There was
Second.
a correction on
It's,
that.
There was a
60 cents.
60 cents.
No,
Mhm.
I did see that. I'm sorry.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
Aye.
Item number 15, bid award for crack sealing.
Mr. Chair, I move we award the contract for project number 16-5334, crack sealing, to Pavement Pros LLC, the total amount of $91,930, with work to be completed by May 30th of 2016.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. If anyone is still awake that's watching on TV, we will move to other business. Is there any other business that needs to come before the commission today before we reconvene at 1 o'clock? Moving on, or any commissioners have any announcements today?
Well, go ahead, Commissioners, if anybody has.
I recognize you first.
I've just got something real quick. I want to let people know about the plugged in event going on at the Buy Center this evening. Plug-in Salina, yeah, thank you. It's something put together by the last Leadership Salina class. I think it's going to be a fun couple hours. It's from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Buy Center. All the area organizations were invited to be there. It's no cost to anybody to come in. You want to look around and see what's going on in the community, whether you're new to it or community or you've lived here for 50 years. You may not be aware of a lot of the things that are going on in this community. Lucy Larson is a member of the new network, Ambucks. I'm a member of the Breakfast AM Ambucks. We're combining efforts to have a booth over there to let people know what we do in the community. But there's other civic clubs, of course. Everybody was invited to be there, and last I knew, all the booths were full. So, which should make for a fun event. 5:30, 7:30 tonight at the Buy Center.
Is it at Heritage Hall or?
That I couldn't tell you.
Boy, that's
probably Heritage Hall, but I don't know that for sure.
So you could probably get in just the lobby then?
Yeah, just come in the lobby, and
Okay.
I'm sure there'll be signage there for you. Honestly, I don't know for sure which part of the building it's in, but I would guess it's Heritage Hall, yes.
I'd also like to make an announcement that today, starting at 7:30 this morning, and I believe it ends at 8 tonight, at Blue Sky Brewery, downtown Salina, is the Match Madness. This is where you can donate any amount of money from $1 to, I believe, up to $1,000 to any of your charitable or nonprofit organization. And the Greater Salina Foundation will be matching that. Last year, I believe they matched up to, I believe, $50,000. So that is a huge thing for this community, and that makes your donation matched by them go a long ways. It was published in the paper, all the organizations that you could donate to. I don't know if it's just limited to that. I'm sure there will be people there all day today till 8 p.m. to answer your questions at Blue Sky.
Further comments? Announcements?
Mr. Chairman, I would like a comment. First of all, anything I have read is not my own comment. I'm simply reading quotes, and probably no different than our making a proclamation about the women's important role in American history. The one today is from the House Judiciary Committee in March 27th, 1854. And I'm quoting what the Judiciary Committee report said. At the time of the adoption of the Constitution and the amendments, The universal sentiment was that Christianity should be encouraged. In this age, there can be no substitute for Christianity. That was the religion of the founders of the Republic, and they expected it to remain the religion of their descendants. That's a quote from the House Judiciary Committee report, 1854.
All right, motion to adjourn till 1 o'clock.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.